We are in the Frozen Ever After in the Norway Pavilion in Epcot. I really enjoyed this, but I'm also a very, very, very big Frozen fan. Like Olaf, I just love him, except for the hugs. I just agree with him. And I do love the trolls. They are my favorites, I think, of the whole movie. I've actually revisited watching Frozen lately, and I'm falling in love with it all over again. Yeah, I love Frozen. It is a wonderful ride. It was one of the longer waiting times in the Epcot Pavilion, and there is a lot of children waiting, a lot of small children waiting. So if you are going to it, you will hear a lot of screaming children. That's just how it is. Children loves Frozen, you know. They just love Frozen. Also, this is a water ride, and it does have a couple of smaller kind of drops that you go through. One actually here where you end up, you go forward to her and then you're backing up, so you're going backwards down a little ramp, and then you're going forward a little bit, and then you drop and you get water all over you. At least that was what happened for me, and so on. But yeah, I really, really love this ride, and you should go visit it.
Good morning, guys. It is the last day in Epcot. We just did Frozen. I'm wet. I didn't know that they had like little waterfalls you fall down and you get all wet, but it was kind of fun. So yeah, good morning, guys. I hope you have an awesome day.
And in the Japanese pavilion, I found cute little fishes. I kind of love koi fishes. Or are they koi? I love the fishes anyhow.
It's about 3:30, and the day is actually moving really, really quickly. As we started in Epcot this morning, we picked up some more merch things for our friends and family and all those things. I just spent way too much money on pins, but I picked up some more pins for me to play around with. I'm going to have a new pin on me every day, and I got these locking mechanisms. I think I talked about them a couple of days ago, but they kind of lock your pin in place, which means they won't fall off, which is one of the things that I'm always worried about, especially when it is those kind of rubber backsides to your pins, because they don't keep that good. They have a tendency to want to fall off. So we picked up a few of those things. We did the Frozen, we had some lunch in the Japanese pavilion, we had some sushi again. We went back to the counter restaurant over in the Japanese pavilion because they had okay sushi. It is not a good sushi, but it's not that expensive either, so we decided to go there and then get that for lunch. And I think we're gonna finish off at Boardwalk today with something simple too. Yesterday's expensive dinner, we kind of decided we don't want that again. And the rest of the day, we kind of starting to try to get back into our kind of work day, or back into reality. We are packing up some stuff here. I'm doing a lot of planning. I have so many ideas. This is the fun thing with being away from home for a while. You get another point of view, and I have so many ideas for so many things, and I'm trying to actually plan them and look at them and kind of figuring out how to do them. Most of the things, the doing, I can't do until I get back home. But there is a whole bunch of the planning stuff that I can do, so I've been doing that. I have a few other things I want to do. I bought a sketchbook when we were at Michael's way back when, and I'm using that to kind of do a mixture of sketches and text and everything just in there, kind of just getting things out of my brain down to paper, which is a lot of fun, and it makes me excited to come back. One other thing, have you seen how much color I gotten? I'm basically brown. It's unbelievable. I'm still pale, and I have a rash over here. Got a sun rash. I'm experimenting with a thing. Basically, I've always gotten very brown when I was younger. That has always been a thing with me. I do get a lot of color. My siblings and my parents get much more color, but I do get a lot of color. However, for the past like 7 years since I was diagnosed with lupus, I've been keeping away from the sun. So I've been very, very white, very pale, and some of my skin issues that I have, because I have a whole bunch of them, are actually one of those where the doctor says that, yeah, I know you have lupus, but you should really just expose yourself to the sun and those skin issues will heal. So we decided, because I haven't had that many lupus problems, what I have when I have issues are the inflamed connective tissues. I've had a rash or two on my cheeks, and then I have some of the other diagnosis points, like APS and secondary Sjögren's and all of those things. But I haven't had any of the really bad things. So I experimented a little with sun exposure. The first thing we have noticed is that there is a big chance that the rashes on my cheeks have been either reactions to sunscreen or actually sun allergy, and not lupus, because I have been exposed to the sun without any kind of SPF this time around. I have gotten no rashes in my face whatsoever. This is a simple sun allergy rash, and that is because I'm so pale in this area that that's the only way for the body to react, basically. But yeah, it's kind of fascinating. I'm gonna see now in the next 3 to 6 months and see if I get sicker, which I don't think I will. We're gonna look at it. The reason for doing this is because I know that I need the D vitamin, I need the sun to activate the D vitamin in my body, and so that I'm feeling better. So I want to see if it is possible to actually start being exposed to the sun, because maybe that can help my health issues a little bit. So yeah, if I had gotten a rash like I thought I would get, I would have put my hat on and all the SPF directly, but I haven't, and I've gotten a lot of sun. I'm feeling that I look like I'm healthy. It's awesome. It's awesome. Well, I'm gonna go back to it. I have a couple of hours before we're gonna eat, and yeah, it's our last day here. I'm actually looking forward to getting home. I'm not really looking forward to the trip though. We're leaving here at like 6 in the morning, and we are arriving at the airport in Sweden at 7 in the morning. And no, we are not traveling 25 hours, because it's also a, I think, 5 or 6 hour time difference between Florida and Sweden. A 6 hour, Christopher says 6 hours. So that's the difference. But we are going to be flying like 14 or 15 hours, something like that. Because we have 1 2.5 hour flight, approximately 2.5 hour flight up to New York. Then we're gonna stay in New York for like 5-6 hours, and then we have a 8 hour flight to Sweden. So that's how it goes. But yeah, back to it.